Iran launched missile attacks Monday on a U.S. military base in Qatar, retaliating for the American bombing of its nuclear sites and escalating tensions in the volatile region. The U.S. confirmed the airbase in Qatar was targeted by a missile attack from Iran and said no casualties were reported. Shortly after the attack, the Gulf nation of Bahrain that is home to the U.S. Fifth Fleet headquarters temporarily suspended flights in its airspace, which is similar to what Qatar did shortly before it was hit. Quather condemned the attack on Al Udeid Air Base attack, but said it successfully intercepted the missiles and no casualties were reported. It said its airspace is now safe. Iran said the attack on Qatar was equivalent to the number of bombs the U.S. dropped on its nuclear facilities over the weekend, indicating its desire to de-escalate tensions. Iran also said it targeted the base because it was outside densely populated areas. The attack was announced on state television by Iran, which described it as a strong and successful response to the U.S. aggression. An Iraqi security official, speaking on condition of anonymity, told our correspondent that the Ain al-Assad base, which houses U.S. troops in western Iraq, was also targeted. But Iran has not claimed credit for the attack, which is believed to have been carried out by militias. It was not immediately clear whether the Iraqi base suffered any damage or injuries. Qatar's foreign ministry said the attack by Iran's Revolutionary Guards was a flagrant violation of Qatar's sovereignty, its airspace, and international law. Al Udeid is also home to the Combined Air Operations Center, which provides command and control of air power across the region, as well as the 379th Air Expeditionary Wing, the largest expeditionary wing in the world. The retaliation came a day after the U.S. launched a surprise attack Sunday morning on 3 of Iran's nuclear sites. Just before the explosions, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian wrote on the social platform X, "We neither initiated the war nor seeking it, but we will not leave invasion to the great Iran without answer." Another source briefed on the matter said that the military has signaled that it was close to achieving its goals. But although Israel picked the moment to launch its surprise strike on Iran, it cannot control when the conflict ends and risks being drawn into a costly war of attrition if Tehran chooses to extend the fight, officials and analysts say. Since unleashing its offensive in the early hours of June 13, Israel has killed senior Iranian generals and nuclear scientists, dismantled air defense systems, and struck multiple atomic-related sites and ballistic missile facilities. "We are not there yet, but it looks more like a matter of days than weeks," said Eran Lerman, a former Israeli deputy national security advisor, in comments that chimed with the views of the 3 Israeli officials. The endgame is not that far from an Israeli point of view. On Sunday, Israel received a significant boost when the U.S. Air Force joined the hostilities, hitting 3 Iranian nuclear complexes with massive bunker-busting bombs that Israel does not have in its arsenal. Hours later, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told reporters that Israel was close to meeting its objectives and had no desire to prolong the operation. "We won't pursue our actions beyond what is needed," he said. "When the objectives are achieved, then the operation is complete and the fighting will stop." On Sunday and Monday, Iran fired barrages of ballistic missiles across the length of Israel, sending millions of people fleeing into bunkers as interceptor rockets sped into the sky, knocking out most, but not all, of the incoming projectiles. The missile barrages have killed 24 civilians and damaged or destroyed hundreds of buildings, rendering thousands homeless. Tel Aviv, Israel's commercial hub, has been a frequent target. Israel has moved into a tightened wartime posture. Non-essential businesses are closed, schools are shut, and its airspace sealed to all but a handful of flights. Israel's vibrant economy cannot afford prolonged lockdown, and Israelis have already been growing increasingly weary of the war against Iran's ally Hamas in Gaza, triggered in 2023 by the Palestinian militant group's October 7-2023 attack. Despite Israeli officials publicly messaging that the war objectives were close to being achieved, a European official and 2 foreign diplomats in the Middle East said there had been no such messaging by Israel with non-US allies and partners.